question. Who will groovy tonight? That's the question. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you heard the rumors. You must get over to it right away. Oh, if anyone can do it, you've gotta get there soon. It's not okay. You got cars to drive, plenty jets to fly. When will you arrive? You're running out of time. Don't you see that everything is on the line? So I'm sorry, but you have to pick a side. Dang, we had somebody follow while I was offline. Box Studio 827, thank you for the follow, Bubba. I hope to see you in here today so I can thank you in person, but if not, hell yeah, thank you. That's mighty sweet of you. That's the big sweetie of you. Alright. Who will you be tonight? That's the question. Who will be tonight? That's the question. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, you heard the rumors. You must get over to it right away. Oh, if anyone can do it, gotta get there soon. It's not okay. You got cars to drive, plenty jets to fly. When will you arrive? You're running out of time. Dun, 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 dun. Can't you see that everything is on the line? So I'm sorry, but you have to choose a side. Holy shit! Did you just subscribe? Did you just hit the subby sub for the dog? Thank you so much again, Puma, as always. Cute hat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's one of my favorites. Holy shit. A little subscribe. Thank you so much, Puma. As always, thank you so much. But what's going on? What's going on? How's your day going? How's your day going? Gotta keep my Indeed, gotta hold that crown for as long as you can. I can't say I blame you on that part. But hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. Puma the goat as always. Bum, 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 bum. Oh damn, you subscribed for 3 months. Holy shit. Hell yeah. That I didn't know you could give a brother in advance. That's crazy. I didn't know you could give a bro in advance. I thought it was a month at a time type deal. That's hilarious, actually. That's actually hilarious. That your hat is interesting. I think it's a funny little joke. You know, you make a golf pun, but it's actually sexual, especially considering how unsexual I tend to be most of the time. I think it's a nice little, a nice little juxtaposition. I think that shit's funny. Ironic, if you will. Who will you be tonight? That's the question. Who will be tonight? That's the question. Bam, 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 bam. I've never understood why Pharrell ever thought he needed to go so fucking hard for the Despicable Me franchise. Learn something new about you every stream. And Puma is on her 65th stream streak. What a G. What a G. What a G. I would like to think you guys learn something new about me every stream. I feel like that's like a cool little thing. Today I learned that Cooper never pulls out. The more you know. Da da da. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Look at all this wonderful stuff. Look at all this wonderful stuff. Box recently subscribed. Got Puma hitting 65 and giving the tier like that. 3 subscribers. This shit's beautiful. Shit's magnificent, if you will. This shit's so cool. Okay. Okay. First things first. Let me check the Discord, see if there was anything anybody wanted me to check out and stuff like that. If not, we're just gonna goof off. We may find something to check out. We may just sit here and have us a little chitty chat. But let me check the Discord real quick. I know you heard the rumors. You must get over to it right away. Oh, if anyone can do it, you've gotta get there soon. It's not okay. You've got cars to drive, plenty jets to fly. I'm not seeing anything in the Discord. So it looks like that's gonna be a no-go on the Discord. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll just sit here and chill. Talk. If we think of something to check out, we'll check it out. Ooh, that was a pop. Hold on. Not bad, not bad. Can we get the other foot though? Come on. Come on, Navin. Don't want to go. Come on, come on. Come on, you fucker. That hurt. Okay. Hold on. Oh, it wants to pop. I can feel it. I can feel it. It wants to pop so bad. Gotta give it time. Bing, bing, bang, 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 bang. I know you heard the rumors. So what's new? Not much. I mean, you're talking to top. I'd argue top 10 most in terms of like life happening to them. One of the most boring people on the planet. I don't do much. Somebody's out in the hallway yapping. Hey, I'm right there with you. There you go. Bro, I swear, I don't think I'm nosy, but anytime I hear someone out in the hallway of my like place, my like all of my attention's just like, who is that? What could it be? What's happening? I don't know why I do it, but I like go check. Yeah, no. I will stay in my little cage. We're gonna stay right. Go check. I know you heard the rumors. Yes, I have that song stuck in my head, in case you can't tell. Like I said, Pharrell Williams did not need to go that fucking hard on Despicable Me of all things. It's rainy days and someness I don't go day to day, can't make it motto. Know what it does, send it's all away. If you plan on playing any rap today, can you wait till after 4 my time? I'm taking my mom out to eat. Don't worry, Baby Keem's new album has not dropped yet, so I have no plans to listen to any rap today. However, when is the 20th? What is today? 17th? 3 days from now? Friday? Friday we might be listening to that while we hit up some gaming on Rivals and whatnot. We might be listening to he's Baby Keem. He's Baby Keem. I might be doing something on Friday then. This disdain you have for such a specific select group of or like form of genre of art is so saddening to me. You must allow art to engulf your whole life. You must allow it to take over every thought, every feeling, every desire. You must put everything aside for, well, that might just be me. But no, you should do it too. Everyone at home, I'm going to give you some great advice. When it comes to life, drop it all. Forget about it. Like, don't worry about bills. Don't worry about rent. Don't worry about loved ones. Don't worry about like family or priorities or responsibilities. Don't worry about drop it all. Forget everything. Just sit there and love art. Just sit there. I don't get a so-called song that says fuck every other word. That's not talent. I feel like that's a massive oversimplification. But also, you can't judge people who say, like, fuck. Okay, here's my thing, right? I use profanity because I live a profane lifestyle. When I say I do not have a pressure within my forehead that is causing me to have difficulties in maneuvering throughout my way of life. I have a fucking migraine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the words that people use in song. Now, don't get me wrong. Like with any genre, there's going to be people that put a lot more effort in and a lot less effort in than other people. It's not about how you fuck. Or wait, it's not about if you fuck. It's about how you fuck. That's not effort. That's slacking. I fear for what if that is of your opinion, I fear for how you will see my art when some of them come out. Especially Holy Money. If that's the case, I don't think you're gonna like much of my shit. We can agree to disagree. Indeed. It's one of the more refreshing things about being a human being. Being a human being who is actively attempting to have like social interactions. You don't have to. You don't have to. Exactly. It's exactly right. It's a preference, indeed. We're gonna wear the. Hold on. We're gonna wear the revenge. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna wear the revenge bracelet today. It's rainy days. Oh, hey. Let me check. Let me check and see if anything new or interesting. I like music that takes talent to produce. Journey, Aerosmith, groups like that takes talent to make songs like they do. I mean, I'm definitely not going to sit here and try and like downplay the incredible talent that is Journey or Aerosmith or things of that nature. But I believe they're two different styles of art. I think. Do I think Journey is incredibly talented? Absolutely. Does that make me believe that I think Kendrick Lamar, for example, is any less talented? Absolutely not. Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest storytellers of the 21st century. Would you say rappers have incredible talent? Absolutely. Absolutely. Not a doubt in my mind. There's not a doubt in my mind. Someone like, for a prime example, MF Doom. MF Doom is one of the most talented lyricists I've ever seen in my life. I can say wholeheartedly, in terms of lyrics, Journey has not written a song better than MF Doom. Now, does that mean I believe that they've not written a song as good as anything MF Doom's come out with? Absolutely not. They have incredible vocals. They have incredible instrumentals. They have absolutely incredible storytelling in songs like "Separate Ways" and "Don't Stop Believin'." So many classics like that. That's not. I'm not saying that their songs are pale in comparison, but in terms of true blue lyricism, conveying what rap has such an incredible edge over so many other forms of media in terms of storytelling and lyricism, because rap is literally poetry to a beat. That's what it is. You are writing poems, but you are putting them on beat. And you, as a rapper, are basically the drum snares. Like, if you ever listen to a rapper's flow, it reminds so many people of the drums in the backgrounds of songs, especially jazz songs, because of the way that they're able to hit the cadence with these words that they've written. Do I believe that? I'll put it to you like this: rapping is not talent in terms of repeating lyrics. For example, if I sit here and I just spew out every single word of Wesley's Theory from To Pimp a Butterfly, that's not talent. The talent does not come from being able to, if you can do the song or not, right? You would say that I'm incredibly talented if I can sing Don't Stop Believing, because that's a difficult song to sing. Even if you know the lyrics, like, that's still a difficult thing to do. The difficulty and where rap truly becomes something beautiful is what you're saying. Well, okay, if they're telling a story with rap, I get that. But some rappers repeat the same shit over and over. To me, that isn't talent. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'd agree. Some rappers are focused more so on getting you to dance. They want you to feel something with their raps rather than listening to what they're saying. A prime example of this would be someone like Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi Vert is not here trying to spit a fantastic verse. That's not what Lil Uzi Vert is here for. He's here to get you to dance. It's the equivalent. It's like a good disco song. You don't sit there and listen to a disco song unless it's like Earth, Wind, and Fire or something, and you're like, wow, the lyrics are incredible. No, a good disco song makes you want to hit the. Depending on what you're looking for out of the art is what you're going to get out of it every time. If you come into a hip hop song expecting to be blown away the same way that you would like Aerosmith, where you hear, the crazy high notes and the dream on. Absolutely, you're going to be disappointed anytime you come into a hip hop song, because it's a different thing. It would be the equivalent of trying to go into The Wire, right? The wonderful HBO series The Wire, and being disappointed because the action is ass. It's like, I mean, yeah, the action's ass, sure, but that's not what you're supposed to focus on in the show to begin with. You're there for the drama. You're there to see how the story unfolds and what happens. It With each style and art and each project that you listen to, you can't look at it all through the same lens. You need different glasses for each piece. Now, obviously, sometimes that's easier said than done. Of course, of course. But does that mean like, does that mean that I think it's less than a different form of art or a different genre? Absolutely not. Another prime example would be if I was looking to hear a story about like the struggles of poverty in a major city, for example, right? If I really, really wanted to hear about a story of poverty and just downtroddenness in a major city and see how that felt to uh, to a person that was living in it. I'm not going to listen to country because country's not about major cities. That's the whole genre is about living out in the country and surviving poverty there. If I was to want to see how poverty was channeled into an art from a man in a major city, I'd listen to something more so like New York State of Mind from Nas or something like that from Illmatic. Like, it's so, art is so expansive. To have such a, for me, to have such a narrow, like I can't look at any project the same. I can't. It, to me, it would be a disservice to the artist, but it would also be a disservice unto myself. I would not be getting as much out of it as I could be getting out of it. I wouldn't be able to see clarity. I wouldn't be able to obtain new perspectives and things of that nature. But that's me. I like a variety of artists, and there have been a few rap songs that I like, but I like songs that you can sing to, just like you appreciate older songs that you like to sing. Absolutely. If I'm in the mood to sing, you're not gonna hear me whip out Benson Boone or some shit. That's that's just not what I want to sing. That's exactly right. Now, am I sitting here and being like, "Oh, all he does is backflips, Benson Boone"? Is that? That's absolutely not what I'm saying. But yeah, exactly. It what you're hoping to get out of it is what you should look for. I just I I just look for so many different facets of art because I want to get as much out of it as possible. And I understand that that is a daunting and really hefty task, especially for a lot of people who actually have more important things to do. Um, so I never blame anyone for not getting. Maybe you love non-fictional movies. Maybe you're just really like a history buff. Like that's who you are. That's what you care about. So any movie that's a fantastical setting, it you could give a fuck. You could really give a fuck. This is a prime example. This is how my dad is. My dad cannot stand a fantastical movie. The minute he has to suspend disbelief, he's out. He's like, this is boring, this is lame, I don't get it. Now, does that infuriate me sometimes? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's not ridiculous to want art that caters to you. That's why the more art that exists, the better. Because you can cater to more people, the more art that exists. And the more people you can cater to, the more art that they consume. And the more art that they consume would mean that the more art that can be enjoyed and talked about, which creates new artists. And then it becomes this beautiful cycle of creating meaningful things to people. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Do you think you would listen to those rap songs when you're in your 40s? Absolutely. Absolutely, I will. Oh, yeah. I'll probably, especially certain albums too, I'll probably listen to 36 Chambers till the day I die. Wu-Tang Clan? Absolutely. I'll probably listen to Good Kid Mad City till the day I die. To Pimp a Butterfly. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers? has such wonderful insights on what it means to go to therapy and what it means to better yourself, and looking back on your life and realizing that you were not in the right place and that you made mistakes and owning up to those messages will always be meaningful to me. I'll die loving those albums. I have to admit something. Your way of thinking is beyond your years, not a typical 20 something. A lot of people tend to a lot of people will tend to say that with age comes wisdom, right? And that's, I call that a half truth. That is a compliment. Yes, yes, it is. That is an incredible compliment, and thank you for it. But a lot of people tend to say that, with age comes wisdom. And I always say that's a bit of a half truth. I know 40-year-olds that have still never grown up, you know what I mean? That act like fucking children, right? I know them in my personal life. I look at them and I'm like, dang, when I was little, you seem to look like you have everything together. You don't know dick. Wisdom does not come with age, it comes with experience. You can have in front of you sometimes, I've met 16-year-olds that are wiser than me because they've experienced more than I have. Wisdom can come from truly anywhere if you leave yourself open to experiencing it. If you're willing to listen. And I know that sometimes that's a really hard thing to do. But wisdom and knowledge are so important to life. I always try my best to listen. I always try my best to learn from personal experience, but also from others' experiences. People who have gone through things that I haven't gone through. They can always have wonderful insights into life that can help you if you let it. Now, granted, I was not always this way. I used to be an extremely stubborn fucking bastard. I used to be, you would not have met a man more caught up in his fucking ways. I'll put it like that, right? But as you grow, you realize I don't know everything. And that's okay. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be open to knowing new things. And that's something that I think art is so wonderful at doing. No matter the genre, no matter the style of art, whether it's a fucking painting or whether it's a live show in front of a sold out arena and everyone's cheering your name. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. And it also doesn't matter if that art is able to influence 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, or one person. If you can influence one person with something beautiful, that's incredible. A prime example of this: the green room at work, where that one of the few graffitis left on property, has given me personally such wonderful inspiration. I'll never know that artist. I'll never know his name. I'll never know why he did that beautiful piece of graffiti. I'll never know him. But because of what he did, he has inspired one person. Just one. And that enough, in my opinion, that enough is enough to make it worth it. It's enough to make it worth it. I'm so glad that artist spent the money to buy those spray paint cans, spent the time to get his graffiti right, honed his skills on other projects before that one until he was finally good enough to make that one specifically. If I ever met him, I'd thank him. If I ever met the guy, I'd thank him. So, do I believe that rappers have incredible talent? Absolutely. Absolutely I do. There's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind. Does that mean that talent is necessarily for everyone? Not necessarily. And that's okay. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. My art that I'm creating is not going to be for everyone. There's going to be people who look at my shit and they're going to be like, I don't get it, or worse, I do get it and it's ass. And that's okay too. If I get just one person, that would be enough for me. Now, obviously, you hope, like any artist does, to be successful, to be revered, to believe that you are creating something of quality. And that's why, so many artists strive for fame, because fame means that you were a good artist. They equivalent. If you are famous, you did something right. Now, is that saying that like every famous person is one of the greatest artists to ever live? Absolutely not. There's so many things that go into making someone famous. Whether it's luck, whether it's discovery, whether it's meeting the right person at the right time. But when you are able to inspire or influence people on a vast scale, it's it's validation. It's validation. And validation is something that's very, very hard to get out of art sometimes. I mean, think of Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh died believing he was a struggling artist his whole life. He died believing that he was a terrible artist. He did not realize that through his pain, generations and generations and generations after him would revere this man as one of the greatest artists to ever live. Still to this day, his pain brought something beautiful into this world, something so beautiful that he unfortunately never got to see. I can only imagine how much that ate him up inside. Every artist wants to be revered. That's the thing. Everyone has different views on things. I'm not going to condemn you for listening to rap. It's just not my thing. So yeah, I have opinions that I should probably keep to myself. Please, if you thought even for a moment that this was me, lecturing, being like, "Oh, your opinion's trash," that is then I have absolutely misrepresented what I was trying to do here. I'm so sorry if you felt that way even for a second. No, I did. Okay, okay, good. Because I was like, that is not the message that I'm trying to convey at all. Yeah, no, it's okay to have differing opinions. When people have differing opinions, that's how we're able to have conversations like this. Wonderful conversations like this. But yeah, art is, yeah, we'll be here for an hour if I keep going. Let me go grab my water real quick. For anybody who's working on their Ozymandias bingo cards this stream, you can go ahead and cross off Ozymandias yaps about art for the day. But thank you again for that extremely kind compliment. It is always nice to hear that you have a way of thinking that is beyond your years. It is always nice to hear that people believe you have wisdom uh, that you can depart, because that's all art is passing on wisdom. You're welcome. Uh, man. But yeah, but yeah. How is y'all's Tuesday going, man? What are y'all getting up to today? Y'all getting up to anything fun? I know you said you're taking mom to dinner. That sounds like a good bit of fun. You excited about that? I guess so. You guess so. Fair enough. She loves going out to eat. You not so. Are you? I assume when you say she, you imply that you are not personally a big fan. My mom's a big foodie. I know what you mean there. I got some people in my family that they're big food people as well. They love good food. Shut the fuck up, Cooper. I was about to go on another tangent. I was about to be like, food is art. Culinary art. I was about. I had to look at myself and be like, shut the fuck up, you bitch. Uh. Any plans with the Sibs this week? I mean, we've got Wednesday, we've got sibling dinner night, but apart from that, not really. Not really. I was hoping to get some D&D in this week, but everybody seems kind of busy, unfortunately. It's so cool that you do all that. I'm not sure that everyone would agree with you, considering D&D is known as nerd shit, but I I mean, it's you and your friends sitting around telling a story. Stop me when it sounds like it wouldn't be fun to me. Not D&D. Oh, it's so cool that y'all do that. You're referring to Wednesday sibling nights. Yeah, 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 yeah. Having a sibling dinner. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm I've there's been times in my life where I've taken my siblings for granted, but I'm very fortunate that I have siblings who are such strong people, not just in physical strength. I know Callie's been getting big buff with it, but strong in character. I'm very fortunate that I have siblings who are open to change and to listen. I'm very fortunate that I have siblings who are charismatic, they're funny, they're clever, um, and they care. I'm so fortunate. You're all close in age, poor little sister. Yeah, yeah, I know. Carly, I think, is like 12, 13 years younger than me. So obviously there's going to be some distance there just because of age. But I always, as best I can, I always try to bring her in and include her as much as I can. It'll be easier to include her when she's older, but until then, all I can do is make sure that she knows she's loved, knows that she's seen, and know that she's heard, and try my best as a big brother to shape her into the wonderful human being that I believe she can become one day. Yeah, she's a bit limited right now. Indeed. But that being said, she is so incredibly smart for her age. She's incredibly smart. She's very, very talented, and I have no doubt that whatever she decides to put her mind to as she gets older and once she learns a passion that she can follow, I have no doubt that she will succeed. She's so cute. Oh yeah, my little baby sister's. She's very, very cute. I don't. I've had her on stream a couple of times, but that's not something that you're going to see. That's not going to be a constant because she's really young and the internet can be a cruel and unforgiving place. And the last thing I want to do is to actively put her into that sphere, especially at such a young age. As she gets older, if she so desires, you guys may see her more on stream, or we may post something on TikTok or something like that. But for the time being, you guys may see her in passing. You may see her in a stream 1 or 2 times a year for a little bit, but you will not. You guys won't be seeing her too often. Now, Clark's a grown man. He's 18 years old. Callie's a grown woman. They can make their own decisions about what they want to do on the internet and what they want when they want to be seen. But Carly, I'm as much as she's always like, I'd love to go on. I'm like, no, no, not yet. As she gets older, we'll revisit, and obviously if she wants to be more involved, I'm never gonna turn her away if she's like, I'd love to come hang out with you while you're streaming. But for the time being, yeah, you guys won't be seeing too much of her. But yes, she is. I'm glad that you agree. But yes, she is very, very cute. She's a little cutie pie. She's a little cutie pie. What's up, Barry? How we doing today, bud? You looking good as always? You looking good? On the one hand, I'd love to go get Barry like restuffed someday. Connecting to chat. There we go. For some reason, Steam Labs disconnected from chat for a minute. But I'd love to go get Barry restuffed someday, cause he's an old man. He's an old man. His stuffing runs a little thin now. But the thought of somebody cutting him open just I know he's not real, but my sentiments towards him are. My level of care is real. The thought of like somebody cutting him open is just, it's heartbreaking to me. But I know I want to get him restuffed eventually. I want him to look a little more lively, so to speak. I tell you what, we are really putting use to this stream category today. We are just chatting. we are putting that just chatting category to work today. I mean, but then again, these are wonderful topics that I care about discussing. Yeah. I wonder if you could take him to a Build-A-Bear place. I don't think they'll restuff stuffed animals that aren't Build-A-Bear. But even if they do, I think I'd want to find a place that specializes in restoring old toys. I'd want to take some time and really find a place that has a great track record. They take good care of their products and the products that people give them to fix. Like, I wouldn't want to just take them to some mall and throw them at them and be like, fix him. You know what I mean? Plus, I mean, whenever I can, if I can support a local business, I always like to do that. as best I can. But he's just a little guy. He's my old man. He's an old man, ain't she, bud? Ooh. That Mountain Dew was good. Do you live anywhere near Richardson? I don't know. I'm about an hour away. I'm about an hour away. They have a doll hospital that does that? Now that's an hour drive I wouldn't mind having. That's an hour drive I would not mind taking. Doll hospital is such a beautiful concept. Whew. That chair. That fucking chair. You know what I want to do on stream today, actually? I want to try one of those powder things that Callie got me. Or that Callie gave me. She didn't get them for me. I have... Yeah, let's try this shit. Let's try this shit. Hold on. Alright, we're going to fill up the cup with water. I think that should be... so y'all can see how much is in there. I think that's enough, right? Okay, what do we think? We've got protein powder. We've got protein powder supplements, knockout chocolate, muscle milk. Right? You see the vision? We've got that one we can try. And then we've got Ifablat protein, raw bum. What? Don't be a bum. Train harder. Oh, okay. This is supposed to be like motivation by calling you names type beat. Go off. But it's called Grandma's Apple Pie. Look at that. It's either raw bum or bum raw. I don't know which one's worse or better. You don't put milk in it? I don't have milk here. I got water. So we're going to do it with water. 25 servings. How much do I put in there? 25 something per serving. 1 scoop? I guess 1 scoop? Question mark? The chocolate one I would think goes in milk. Your guess is as good as mine, big cat. I know Callie uses oat milk. She used, for the one that she did on stream though, she used water. Because I saw her like put water in the thing. So I think she does both. I think sometimes she does milk, sometimes she does water. But I don't have milk, so we're gonna use water. But yeah, which one are we thinking? Do we go knockout chocolate, or do we hit up Grandma's apple pie? What do we think? This is gonna be my first time trying it. What we think? What we think? Which one sounds better to you? I mean, if they taste like they sound, they both sound really good. I love apple pie. I love chocolate. I wield no opinion. That's why I was giving it up to the. That's why I was giving it up to chat. The apple pie I would try. I'm with it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me come over here next to my cauldron to do this witchcraft. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Move my dinner over here. And all that jazz. Okay. Okay, so we're going to try you some other time. Apple pie. It said one serving, one scoop. But I don't know if you got to hit like 2 servings to make it good. That doesn't. Is it supposed to smell like apple pie, or do you have to like mix it into the water before you get that? Does it taste like apple pie? Try it. Okay, okay, okay. I got the hint of the apple pie. I got the hint of the apple pie there. Okay, okay, cool. I don't think you're supposed to eat it just like that though, so I don't think we're gonna try that. I want to really taste the like. I'm probably not supposed to try it dry. Yeah, probably not. But you know, I'll try anything a lot, or I'll try anything once. My dad will try anything a lot. Okay, I think should we do 1 scoop or 2? 1 scoop or 2? It's about that much. And I don't have like a shaker tin or anything, so we're just gonna throw it in there, grab a spoon, and mix the fucking shit out of it. What does it say? Uh, 25 servings, natural flavor, protein powder, 25 grams, 100% white protein, blah blah blah, all that lame shit. Contains milk. Okay, contains milk, so it already has like milk in it. Nutritionist facts: 25 servings per container. Serving size is 1 scoop. Okay, so I think we do 1 scoop. I think we do 1 scoop. Yeah. All right, we'll give 1 scoop a try. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, cool. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. I grab a spoon. Grab a little spoony spoon. And then we're gonna mix the shit out of this. I'm so locked in right now. Ooh, don't spill it. Don't spill it. no idea how much water's in here, and I don't know how much water you need for one scoop. But that doesn't matter because we're still gonna do it. And I'm just gonna stir it until I don't see any more of these little floaty bits. Let me break them up a little bit. I'm gonna break these little solid pieces up a little bit. We're gonna break them up. Then we're gonna go back to stirring. Stir. It's creating a little whirlpool. And we hit God, I'm such a child. Break them up a little bit again. Break them up. Break them up. Break them up. Spin some more. Okay, it's getting there. Still got a little bit more of the little solid pieces. I know, guys, calm down. This is way too exciting. I know. Calm down, guys. Calm down. This is too exciting. I know. Calm down. Gotta be patient. Alright, let me bring it over here to the computer. I'm gonna keep stirring though. We've got most of the... I'm trying to show y'all without the... Oh, I can just move the camera, dumbass. Looks like we've got most of the little like pieces out, but I'm gonna keep stirring for a minute or two. We're gonna bring it over here now. You might want to get one of those small hand mixers. I think I'd rather just get one of those things Callie's got, like the Shakerton, right? If I end up enjoying this, that is. I'm not going to waste the money if I don't even like this shit. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Alright. I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. Oh, the goofiest. The goofiest. Okay. Alright. One little sip. Everybody knows the rules. It's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, but let's try it for real though. Feels thick. Feels like really thick. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. I give it a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, granted, the first time I ever tried any of this shit was last week on sibling dinner night. Whoa. That's not bad though. It's not bad. I think next time we'll give the chocolate one a try tomorrow. Golly. We'll give the chocolate one a try tomorrow. I think I might enjoy that one as well. Maybe even a little bit more. I can taste the apple pie-ness like a little bit, but what is that picture behind you? Oh, this is gang. So if you remember last Friday, we got all my homies on Discord and we was all chatting and shit. This was all of us back when we did Zoom calls during COVID when we first started um, playing D&D over Zoom during COVID. That's kind of how we all met. I know COVID was like a really terrible time for a lot of people, but I was in a somewhat healthy but wonderful relationship and had a lot of good friends. COVID was a blast of a time, and you'll notice I don't want to show too closely. You look really young there. Oh yeah, I don't want to show too closely, but right here's your boy holding up knives because you know who he is. But yeah, that's all of gang. Whenever I moved into this lovely little apartment, uh, Emily, who y'all met over Discord last Friday while we were playing Rivals, she got me that and a plant. I don't know why she got me. She's a plant person. She has like literally hundreds of plants that she like has like her own little thing for in her apartment, and like it's got like these fancy lights and all that jazz. She got me a plant, and I looked at her. I was like, Emily, you know this plant's gonna die. Please take this plant. Please don't give me this plant. And she's like, no, it's okay. She's like, it doesn't take a lot of water. You water it like maybe once a. I'm like, I will forget, dog. I will forget. I promise you, I will forget. I was like, please, this plant will not have a happy home. But as a housewarming gift, she got me a plant, and she got me that wonderful picture of all of us. She got it framed for me. So I've got that one right there. But yeah, that was I think that was high school actually. I think that was it's 2020. That was my June. That was my latter half of junior year, and then the end of 2020 was the beginning of my senior year. It's like I think I graduated in 21. I don't know. I didn't go to my graduation. I don't remember what year I graduated. I think it was 21. I don't care. Anyways, Oh yeah, I was just a legit. I was well actually, so I graduated when I was 19 years old because my grandmother and my mom were both teachers, and they understood that apparently males develop a little later in life than females do, and so they decided to, in Kentucky, in the school in Kentucky that I went to when I was in Kentucky during that really young area of my life. There was a grade in between kindergarten and first grade that was optional, and it was called readiness. And my mom and them put me in that. So uh, I've always felt I've always been older than almost anyone in my grade. Like no matter what school I went to, I was always like the oldest in the class and stuff like that. Which in some aspects probably did help me a little bit, but it also kind of reinforced this feeling that I've had for a really long time of just always being always being feeling like I was behind. Like I've always felt like I'm behind everyone else. I'm behind my peers. I'm not as far ahead as I should be. This this facet was looming over my life for a very very long time until I finally stopped allowing that feeling to wield such an impact on my actions and my choices and my psychology. So it's kind of like being held back a year. It's imagine like doing well in school but being held back anyways. That was basically what happened. Yeah, pretty much. So when I graduated, I graduated 21. Yeah, when I graduated, I was 19. I had already been 19 for like over a month. But now I don't know. I guess I've kind of like grown comfortable being to the feeling of being behind, feeling like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. When is your birthday? One away from perfection. It's one away from perfection. Yeah, I was so close. I was so close. If my mother just held her legs together till midnight, I'd have been born on the perfect day. I was born on April 19th. I was one day away from perfection. 420, exactly. If only my mother had held her uterus. But yeah, but yeah. Yeah. What's rainy day? Bum ba dun 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 dun. I'm beating down. I'm being ding 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 ding. Okay, we can't just exist in our little bubble. At least not for the whole desktop stream. Let's check and let's make sure nothing crazy is going on in the world right now. We're just gonna check and make sure. We're just gonna check and make sure. Hit refresh. Is this a theory? Okay, hold on. I kind of want to check this out.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Aaron.
I also really enjoy this the new Rockstar, this guy. I always love his theories and stuff like that. I do kind of want to check this out. Hold on.
I know that Mephisto is in the MCU.
Are my headphones on? They were. Isn't that Sacha? It is. It's Sacha Baron Cohen. If Sacha Baron Cohen was not going to be the one to play Moon Knight, which I think he would have been perfect for, I'm not going to lie. If you haven't seen The Spy on Netflix, that should be, like, go check out that show. That show is wonderful. Also, check out The Trial of the Chicago 7. I think that also really shows some of how great his acting range can be. But if he wasn't going to play Moon Knight, Mephisto is also a great character for him to play. I watched Ironheart. I thought he crushed it. Okay. There we go. Let me turn up this volume to like 75. And then if I need to turn down the video, I'll just turn it down here. Let me know. Can you let me know if this is too loud? I'm about to press play. Okay. You guys, let me. Pumi, you mind letting me know?
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and now that we know that Mephisto is in the MCU and has been in it for some time, according to his appearance in the Ironheart finale, let's break down everyone in the MCU who might have done deals with this.
Okay,
this is a jubilant time here at New Rockstars. Now that our Dark Lord and Savior has revealed himself to all you naysayers, we can
so good. Obviously, I think Ironheart as a show had some issues and some problems. I don't think that the problems that a lot of people thought were the problems was the problems. Like, for example, Riri's arrogance, I think that fit the character really well. I think, the line, oh, Tony Stark's a billionaire, blah, 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 blah. The line that made all the comic book fans lose their fucking minds. I felt like that was such an in-character thing for her to say, and more so believe. Absolutely. That stuff like that didn't really get under my skin that much. Now, the writing of the show as a whole, that's kind of a different story. And obviously, any critique that they're like, oh my goodness, the only reason they made Riri was because she's a black woman. Shut your bitch ass up, bro. Shut your bitch ass up. Because I can't stand when people start critiquing a show just because of race and things of that nature, because then it immediately invalidates all the actual important criticisms that need to be talked about. You never finished watching Wonder Man, did you? I'm still on the Doorman episode. I've not gotten into it. I'm hoping to finish it this week, but then again, I've been saying that for quite some time. Yeah. It's been a little busy past couple of weeks, but I'm hoping this week I'll have some time to work on that. All right, let's keep it pushing.
now say, the year is one! So it's important to take stock of all the existing deals and contracts that might be on the books and whose success in the MCU might have been thanks to Mephisto. Hey, happy Independence Day. Statistically, one of those founding fathers might have made a deal with this guy, and I know which parts of the Bill of Rights he added in at the last second. And if the Ironheart series freaked you out over how powerfully AI can tug at our heartstrings, John and I just had a comprehensive discussion about AI in the Danger Room, our audio-only podcast series exclusive to the New Rockstars Underground subscription service. If you are interested in some bonus off-topic shop talk and able to support us this way, please click the link in the description. In the Ironheart finale, we learn about Mephisto's partnership with Parker Robbins via the Hood.
Where the hell have you been? Oh, I've been a little bit busy. You see, you're not my only client.
The implication of this line is that Mephisto has several active partners throughout the MCU, which could include characters we've already met, characters we can assume by inference, and characters we have yet to meet. Mephisto in this scene indicates at least one of his past clients was William Shakespeare.
Or as you so eloquently put it, you wanted to be stupid, disgusting, greasy rich. You're like a modern day Shakespeare. he was also a twat.
Now, the conclusion I jumped to in our initial reaction video was that Shakespeare was confirmed in the MCU as someone whose artistic genius and success was due to a deal with the devil, a reference to the beliefs that William Shakespeare might have stolen or commissioned some of his works from.
So this is a movie that's being made or has already been. Ironheart is a TV show that came out, I think it was last fall. It's like 6 episodes long. And Mephisto begins to show up towards the end of the series. Yes, but this one has already come out. So if you haven't checked this one out, like I said, I have a couple of issues with it, but like for the most part, I thought it was a pretty good show. Especially the conversation between Riri and Sasha. I mean, Mephisto fucking cooked. The way that he used language throughout that conversation, like English as a whole, he would swap in and out of like accents and different dialects, whether it was he started the conversation talking very American before switching over into something a bit more relaxed and more on the United Kingdom scale, and he would begin talking like this, and then he'd come back, and the way he was able to weave that so majestically was not only in character, but I thought a beautiful decision, whether that was a decision that he made as an actor, or whether the writers made it, or what have you. I thought
other writers at the time, like playwright Christopher Marlowe, who wrote Dr. Faust, one of the earliest English language examples of the Faustian legend. But since then, I've realized that we can also interpret this line as Mephisto just being annoyed that he offered William Shakespeare a deal, but Shakespeare refused to take the deal and was successful without Mephisto's help, and Mephisto has always been pissed off about that. See, happy now, you British viewers, I preserve the ego of your cultural heritage. Meanwhile, we in America embrace the fact that our greatest cultural contribution, arguably rock and roll, came from Robert Johnson selling his soul to the devil on Highway 61 and Highway 49 in Mississippi. Ryan Coop.
I went to the crossroads, bam, 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 knelt down on my knees. I went to the crossroads, knelt down on my knees. Bam, down, 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 down. I'm gonna for the mercy now. And outline, if you please. Down, 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 down. It's so hard seeing Sasha in anything without thinking of Borat. That is a struggle that a lot of actors have. A lot of actors have difficulty, getting people to think past their biggest roles. It's definitely a challenge, but I think true quality actors are able to do that so seamlessly. Prime example would be someone like Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis can literally disappear into a role. I've never seen a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis in it where I looked at the character and thought, oh, that's Daniel Day-Lewis. There's a reason he's the greatest actor of all time. But I think Sasha's able to do that fairly well. As well, I think it's I don't want to put that on the audience and be like the audience just can't set aside, because that's not really the case either. It's an interesting line, but I think if you really want to stop looking at Sasha as just the characters that he's played, like Borat or Ali G or things of that nature, some really good shows again that I would check out, The Spy and The Trial of the Chicago 7, both on Netflix, both incredible performances. When I watched both of those things, I could not see Sasha as anything more than the character. I want to watch The Wrecking Crew with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. That looks fun. I hope it's good. I haven't checked it out yet. Is it out? Is that out or not yet? I think that's coming out on Prime, isn't it? It does. I've seen Jason Momoa has kind of been shifting into a lot more making fun movies, which is fine for an actor to do. I don't judge an actor based on the types of projects that they take in terms of whether it's a serious piece or a fun piece. But with stuff like, it's out now on Prime, okay, that. But with stuff like the Minecraft movie and now the Wrecking Crew, I'm really hoping that with Supergirl, because Jason Momoa is playing Lobo later this year in the Supergirl movie. Fucking finally, Jason Momoa is playing the role he was born to play. I really hope that it's less of a fun experience and more so getting to see him as the character through and through. It was weird seeing him in the Minecraft movie all in pink. Again, the pink was never really the issue. It's more so, again, I have no problem with an actor taking, making fun movies and taking fun roles that are just not meant to be taken seriously and more so for entertainment in and of itself, like just to entertain. You're not supposed to think that hard about it. But that being said, I do hope that he has taken his next role in Supergirl a bit more seriously, which I think he absolutely will, considering that he himself has such a passion for the character Lobo. I think he's going to do it justice. I have faith in him, and of course, James Gunn as well.
Sinners is actually a version of this legend, by the way, and Ryan Coogler was...
It is. Sinners was so good.
Also an executive producer on Ironheart, and I'm sure
He
he
was.
has some thoughts as to who in history Mephisto might have crossed paths with. Not to say rock and roll came from Mephisto, but rather blues legends like Robert Johnson were given the tools and the resources to apply their own natural talents to get seen and heard. That's why I'm gonna keep cooking with this theory that the MCU is saying that AI is the tool of Mephisto.
His role was perfect in Game of Thrones. Yes, he did a very good job in Game of Thrones. He did a very, very good job in Game of Thrones. Obviously, his character had to die in order for Daenerys Targaryen to grow into the wonderful character that she becomes and then is later ruined in the 8th season. But I think with the time that he did have on screen, he utilized it really well. And I think he portrayed that character very well. Khal Drogo, yes.
Because it's not mind control or reality warping that are the devil's playthings, but rather a technological tool, an open door that enables a desperate human to take a less burdened path to success. Later in the episode, Mephisto gives Riri Williams a list of conditions for his candidates.
Because I love the exceptional, the driven, the dogged, someone inquisitive and curious, someone who, due to no fault of their own, finds themselves always at the short end of the stick. And that's why I'm here, to help the unseen, the unheard.
Mephisto goes on to say how those conditions have drawn him to not the best people.
Now, sometimes that means I deal with the selfish or the stingy, people who think their brute force makes them better or more useful than the rest of the world. For example, out of the Forbes 100 richest list, I've made a deal with 100 of them, plus 14 kings, 3 popes, and also a Beatle, Ringo.
Oh, everyone shits on Ringo. Even John Lennon, when asked if Ringo Starr was the best drummer in the world, said, "He's not even the best drummer in the Beatles." Mephisto's implication is that the Beatles' original drummer, Pete Best, was...
Bro has a point.
replaced with Ringo Starr, which historically really happened, presumably because Best just didn't vibe with the rest of the band, or maybe just didn't have the right haircut. But really, they're saying because Mephisto might have helped Ringo Starr give some whiplash-worthy solo at his audition. We also have to acknowledge that Mephisto might be lying here, but I also think that he would have no reason to lie, and probably has more fun by presenting his victims with his version of the truth. I also speculated who the 3 popes might include in our reaction video, but as for the 14 kings, I think it's important to note that these would have to be kings who are not born into any inherited power or success or wealth, because Mephisto likes candidates who come from humble beginnings. Most kings in history were born into their dynasties. They inherited it from their father dying, but not all of them, because history is also filled with things like revolutions, dethronings, assassinations, treacherous backstabbings, power grabs, marriage feuds, and the like the current ruling family of Great Britain, the Windsors, for example. The father of Elizabeth II, George VI, was not supposed to be king when he was born. His older brother was. But Edward VIII abdicated after he married the American divorcee Wallis Simpson, creating a scandal. So the MCU implication could be that Mephisto opened up Elizabeth II or George VI's political future by introducing Wallis Simpson to Edward VIII, perhaps at a party. Though, if you watch The Crown, and if you believe that loyalist propaganda, I do believe that George VI and his descendants, including Elizabeth II, did not want this responsibility, and they actually hated their brother and uncle for putting them in that position.
Be right back for sure.
But Henry VIII of the Tudor dynasty was also not born to be king. He had an older brother who was heir to the throne, but his older brother Arthur died at age 15, leaving a widow, Catherine of Aragon from Spain, whom 10-year-old Henry at the time was too young to consummate a marriage with. Henry VIII eventually became king 7 years later when their father died, and Henry VIII declared his marriage with Catherine of Aragon, the first of many marriages that would lead to the separation of England from the Roman Catholic Church. And you know Mephisto loved taking the Vatican down a few rungs there. History is also filled with unlikely rulers with humble beginnings as peasants who joined rebellions and rose to the top, like Ivalo the Cabbage in Bulgaria in the 14th century, or Zhu Yongzhang in the 14th century China, who overthrew the Yuan dynasty and established the Ming dynasty and restored the Great Wall of China, or Toyotomi Hideyoshi in the 16th century Japan, who ended the Warring States period. Also, by kings, I'm pretty sure Mephisto also considered any ruler, including queens, dictators, emperors, warlords, prime ministers, chancellors, and yes, presidents. Though President Ross was not someone who made a deal with Mephisto, he made a deal with Samuel Stearns. But who in the MCU did make deals with Mephisto? I think we can rule out any character who was born into wealth, power, or privilege. Any Nepo baby. So, Tony Stark was born rich enough to not need Mephisto. T'Challa and Shuri were born into royalty, did not need Mephisto. Thor was born into royalty, didn't need Mephisto. Shang-Chi didn't need Mephisto, and if he did have a deal with Mephisto, he probably wouldn't have worked as a valet. We can also rule out any characters whose life sucked too much that clearly Mephisto didn't help them. Scott Lang was in jail. Bruce Banner was homeless for most of his adult life. Sam Wilson couldn't get a bank loan. No deals with Mephisto there. We can also rule out characters whose moral characters seem at odds with any possible deals with Mephisto. Like Steve Rogers likely would not have been worthy of lifting Mjolnir if his enhancement via the Super Soldier Serum was aided by Mephisto in any way. Kamala Khan's powers came from a destined connection to her great-grandmother from the Nor dimension and a mutant gene. Carol Danvers' powers came from an accidental exposure to Kree cosmic radiation. No deal with the devil. Clint Barton, James Rhodes, there's just not the kind of darkness in their hearts that suggests any kind of deal with Mephisto was made. Like if Clint knew Mephisto, surely Clint would have gotten his family back during the blip. Bob Reynolds' Sentry was a kid who got addicted to fentanyl when he was in middle school. Mephisto clearly didn't help him. And when he joined the Ox group to get the Super Soldier Serum, it clearly didn't make his life better in any way. If somebody stole your phone, you'd know because they'd have your phone and you wouldn't. But data doesn't work like that. Somebody can take your data without you ever realizing they've done it. And by the time you figure it out, that data is already...
What the whiplash? What the fucking whiplash was that? Did you just... Golly, my neck hurts from that ad, Whiplash. Holy fuck. Wow! Wow, what a whiplash. Ugh, okay. Anyways.
in the MCU whose wealth and influence do seem at odds with their incompetence that suggests to me a deal with Mephisto might have been possible. Well, for one, if that was Mephisto as Jake the Goat in She-Hulk, then Mephisto did make a deal with Madison with 2 N's and 1 Y and not where you think. She might just be too drunk to care what she signs. But strong possibilities of Mephisto dealers would include Tony Stark's corporate rivals, Justin Hammer. That guy was a complete moron, but he did have a devilish dancing ability.
I could genuinely see Hammer being somebody who made a deal with Mephisto for sure.
I think that guy made a deal with Mephisto. Aldrich Killian also.
Welcome back. I could see
So
Aldrich
the
Killian
classic
as well.
overseen biotech loser who just returns as this handsome CEO of AIM, who also has scarring on his skin, and a fiery extremist tech that seemed like something Mephisto would love. Ezekiel Stane's father, Obadiah Stane, an ironmonger in the Stark Industries corporate suite who got their how? In the other video I mentioned Quentin Beck, another classic underseen and undercredited inventor of the BARF hollow projection tech. And if my theory that all AI came from Mephisto, Quentin Beck would be a good candidate, especially
Yeah, again, all of these Tony Stark villains, I could definitely see they have made, like, deals with Mephisto. What movies is this? We're talking about the MCU as a whole. Quentin Beck is specifically Spider-Man Far From Home. Spider-Man 2 in the MCU, the second one.
Mephisto returns in Spider-Man Brand New Day, because I did talk about how Brand New Day is the era of the comics between One More Day and One Moment in Time that are...
Dude, if they do in Brand New Day, if they do Spider-Man One More Day, like if they do the Spider-Man makes a deal with Mephisto arc, I will lose my shit. I will be so happy. If you're a comic book fan or you're a Spider-Man fan and you haven't read these three right here, specifically One More Day, oh my gosh, what a run. What a run. Check them out. What movie was the fire guy in? That was Iron Man 3. Yeah, that was Iron Man 3.
Two big Mephisto stories. Some big MCU players that I did not mention include the Sorcerers. And we gotta start with Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. Now, in WandaVision, Mephisto did not appear. And the show creators said that Mephisto was never going to be part of that story. Even though, in the West Coast Avengers, Billy and Tommy are supposed to be pieces of Mephisto's soul. So, let's revisit the unanswered questions. How was Wanda at a young age able to cast that low-level probability hex to keep that Stark warhead from exploding in their home in Sokovia? Also, what is Mephisto's relationship with the Darkhold? While the Darkhold was drafted by Chthon, if we ever learn that Mephisto might have used that book as a tool to enhance the abilities of any sorcerer who made a deal with him, or if there's some fine print in that document that he added to make any usage of that book an implicit contract with him, then Wanda Maximoff, Agatha Harkness, anyone else who has used the Darkhold could have made a deal with Mephisto. Agatha Harkness also was suspected by the other witches like
I could definitely see him having a hold on the, pun intended, on the Darkhold. I could definitely see that.
For Kale for having connections to Mephisto, with her son Nicholas Scratch suspected of being an agent of Mephisto. That kind of reputation suggests that she might have crossed paths with him before, or he's at least a known figure among the community of witches in the MCU. And Agatha all along, witches like
he has to be a known figure amongst the witches. Mephisto, he has to be.
And for Kale, Lilia Calderu, Alice Wu Gulliver, and incoming sorcerer Billy Kaplan all seem to live lives humble enough to not be benefiting from Mephisto. Billy's survival from the car accident, of course, was caused by Wanda's hex giving the soul of her son from Westview and putting it in the corpse of this kid. Mephisto, as far as we know, was not part of that process, unless retroactively future Marvel titles say that he was part of that process. But this connection would also suggest that Mephisto is known to the character of Death. I would imagine that they are foes in a sense, because Death's job is to ferry souls to the afterlife in a more peaceful transition. Mephisto's mission is to torture souls as part of his own game, to steal those souls away to hell. Now, it's hard to say whether Doctor Strange might have made a deal with Mephisto, because the 2016 movie showed the Doctor doing the work the old-fashioned way to become a sorcerer. No real shortcuts were taken, but people like Jonathan Pangborn in that movie might have found their way to magic through people like Mephisto. There's also the variants of Doctor Strange from Multiverse of Madness, like the 838 Universe Strange, who had used the Darkhold, or the other Three-Eyed Strange, who did seem to have hearts corrupt enough that might have made deals with Mephisto. But let's talk about Loki. Loki had a royal upbringing as the ward of Odin after defeating Loki's birth.
I doubt very highly that Loki made a deal with Mephisto just because of his arrogance. I would think he would see a deal with Mephisto as beneath him.
Father Laufey. Now, Loki was taught sorcery by his Asgardian witch foster mother Frigga. I wouldn't put it past Loki to make a deal with Mephisto whenever it suited him. At least the Loki before the Loki series that showed him on a new path. I don't think Mephisto was involved there. But the Phase 2, Phase 3 era Loki, I feel like would arrogantly look down at Mephisto as like a lesser god than he. And
yeah, exactly. I think he would consider a deal with Mephisto beneath him. I don't think Loki would have made a deal with Mephisto.
Loki would probably be smart enough to see the fine print of any contract Mephisto presented him and not shake that hand. Really, I think what we are looking for in the MCU are powerful characters, but powerful within Earth's society, who love material riches and material powers of this world, whose unlikely success came from some mysterious means, some process that was not shown as part of any on-screen story, and also characters who seem shifty enough and opportunistic enough to sign a deal with the devil to get ahead. I think we need to be looking at people like power broker Sharon Carter, whose rise in the Madripoor underworld was never really shown.
I could see that.
Mr. Paradox of the TVA.
I could see that as well.
Bucky Barnes. What led to him becoming a congressman? I think Bucky gets a pass because he did resign from the position. So
yeah, I was about to say Bucky's
other than Tony Stark's corporate rivals and these other few that I just mentioned.
I think Bucky. I don't think Bucky's hitting it.
Here are my top 5 picks for the Mephisto clients that he referenced in this episode. I think a key detail that we need to be looking at is characters who have mysteriously powered tools, some kind of interesting technology that aided in their advancement. Number 1, Wenwu. I singled out the former leader of the Ten Rings in my reaction video, but the way the Dweller in Darkness presented himself as a mysterious voice from another realm, offering to give Wenwu his deepest desires, and the fact that we were never shown where the Ten Rings came from and who they were summoning. It's possible that this historic rise came from a deal with Mephisto.
Now that is an interesting theory. I could see that. That makes sense. How long will you be streaming today? Well, as you know, we're going to be doing a night stream as well. But you said you got to dip at 4, so maybe another hour. Yeah, I think another hour would be good.
Number 2, Val. As a director of the CIA,
Val,
the manager of the New Avengers, Val is exactly the kind of candidate with a...
Especially because Val, as we saw in her backstory, comes from humble beginnings, is a literal immigrant, and now she's the director of this. Yeah, Val, I could definitely see as well.
Mysterious past in Italy with a father who was killed by organized crime. She's just the kind of person who would have signed this kind of deal. Her special tool, I think, was just this randomly successful serum to make Sentry from the Ox Group. Next, Wilson Fisk. As the mayor of New York City, he's also the kind of tortured soul who miraculously survived what should have been a deadly wound off screen, and he has some kind of AI-powered technology that he used to communicate with Maya Lopez.
Ooh, that's a good theory right there. Makes a deal with Mephisto to stay alive. Now ooh. Yeah, he's picking some bangers. Yes. I can see all he's yeah.
If Mephisto stays a Marvel Television character, I think the Marvel Television world might get more integrated, and that includes stories like Ironheart with stories like Daredevil Born Again.
Of course.
Killmonger. I bring up Killmonger as someone Ryan Coogler I think might consider as a past Mephisto candidate. We know Killmonger's humble beginnings in Oakland, California, but as an adult, he just suddenly reappeared on the map with an impressive kill record and the kind of focus that Parker Robbins had in Ironheart. Also, a pattern of skin scarring. The fact that Killmonger's ghost haunted Shuri in the ancestral plane in Black Panther Wakanda Forever suggested to me that his soul is being held back in some kind of dark way. And again, the rule is not that Mephisto gave these people their talents, it's that he recognized their talents and their desperation and supplied them with resources to get ahead.
Exactly. Killmonger's an interesting one too. I love David Harbour. He was so good in the Thunderbolts. David Harbour is a phenomenal actor. He's a man who has been paying his dues for a long time. Hell, he's been doing. I remember him in Quantum of Solace, the second 007 movie in Daniel Craig's run. Daniel Craig. Yeah. I remember him all the way back then. He's an actor that has been paying his dues for a long time. Finally got a real good solid shot in Stranger Things and knocked it out of the park. He's been doing great ever since. I really wish that he had an opportunity to play Hellboy with a better script, because I think he would have been a really good Hellboy. I just think the script for his Hellboy movie was ass. I mean, ass. pass. Let's keep it a P.
And our final candidate, Thanos. We cannot forget that Mephisto was originally a cosmic villain in Silver Surfer Comics who stood at Thanos' side in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. Thanos' origins were an ostracized pariah of his society on Titan who was ignored, but Thanos rallied. He came back. He forged the Infinity Gauntlet on Nidavellir with Eitri, but was he sent on that stone quest and helped in that process, equipped with the idea to forge this gauntlet as part of a deal with some kind of demon? Obviously, Mephisto saying he's been busy with the other clients is probably
I could see Thanos, them doing that in the MCU. I really hope that they bring back Mephisto for Doomsday, because Victor Von Doom's mother's soul being held in hell by Mephisto is such a huge part of that character, and I really hope that they keep true to that. And they keep true to that reasoning behind why Doom does what he does. Okay, I need to go get ready. I'll see you later on tonight. Okay, Miss Puma, you have yourself a great night. Have yourself a great dinner with Mom. Get you some of that good food, and you be good. You be good.
a setup for the arrival of Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, maybe also the Midnight Suns, but I think
Obviously, Johnny Blaze made a deal with Mephisto, because it's fucking Ghost Rider. That's literally the whole character, is that he made a deal with the devil. I'm gonna leave you on. Oh, that's so sweet of you.
one of the 5 people I just mentioned, or at least one of the 2 that are still alive, Val or
If I had to look at them and be like, for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, this person made a deal with Mephisto, if I'm being honest, I'm going with these 2 right here. Kingpin, absolutely, to come back to life after the eye thing, getting shot in the head, absolutely. And Miss DeFontaine, Val DeFontaine. These 2 are likely candidates as well. Like, these I could see. I don't know if I believe, but I can see. These 2 I believe. I believe wholeheartedly that these 2 made deals with Mephisto. These 2 I could see. I see the vision and I like it. This one, I hope is the case. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but I hope it's the case, because it's just such great writing.
Fisk have shaken the wrong hand. Get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans. Delete Me. Down below with your thoughts and at EA Voss, and subscribe to all the channels in the.
Hell yeah, great video, great video. Let me actually, yeah. Definitely go check them out. Show them some love as well. I always enjoy stuff like that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they dive more into Mephisto and Doomsday and Spider-Man Brand New Day. That'd be so fucking perfect. I actually want to rewatch that scene from Ironheart. Mephisto, Ironheart.
The past is the past.
Death is difficult. They say that time heals all wounds. But that's bollocks. The pain, it never goes away. It festers. And it hardens. I can fix that.
Why are you sounding like a Star Trek character? Where's Scary? You can back up a little bit, boo. Do what? Touch me.
If I do this, it's just me that you want, right?
Nobody else.
That's right. So, shall we do this? Will you sign with me? Please. Come on, Riri. Make my millennia.
I think I just reached out my hand and pushed your face. Are you okay? I'm happy you're home.
They didn't really show the conversation there, but damn. Damn. I really hope they show more of Mephisto in the MCU. He's such a marvelous character. Pun intended, of course. Truly such a marvelous character. The GOAT right here. Mads Mikkelsen is the GOAT. Rainy day, la di da, la di da, di day. Deleted scene. I have not seen the Spider-Man Noir trailer yet. I want to check that out. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing to check out for sure.
Tell me why.
I love that they shot this in black and white. I also love that they are, dropping it in color for people that, don't enjoy black and white. But I love that they shot it in black and white and then colored it later in post-production. Rather than shooting it in color and then just adding a filter, you can always tell. And it shows such reverence for the character that they were willing to shoot it in black and white, and it was Nicolas Cage's third comic book character. Bro's played Ghost Rider, Superman, and now fucking Spider Noir, and it's so good. I love the makeup that they did right here. I love the look that they're giving Spider-Man Noir. I love that they're not afraid of leaning into Nicolas Cage's age, and I love that they're making him on the older side. It fits so well.
Most of the time. What's going on, Ben?
Love that guy. So glad he's in this too. I'm really glad he's in this. He God, what's a recent project he did really good in? Saturday Night, the Saturday Night Live movie about the first 90 minutes before the first episode dropped. Loved his performance in that. He played Morrison, didn't he? No, who did he play? That's gonna bug me. Who did he play? Don't know why Caps Lock was on. Who did he play? Yeah, Garrett Morrison. Yeah. Oh, he did such a good job. I'm grab me a shotgun and kill all the whiteys I see. I'm gonna grab me a shotgun and kill all the whiteys I see. When I kill all the whiteys I see, whitey won't bother me. Gonna get me a shotgun and kill all the whiteys I see. I'm excited. I'm super excited to see what villains they chose to create in this as well. I really hope we get to see some of the lesser known villains. The ones we don't get to see like too often. I mean, obviously, I'm always a big advocator for characters like Tombstone and stuff like that. but I think I'm gonna get my fill of Tombstone this year because Tombstone's in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So fucking excited. So fucking excited. So I really hope we get to see, some characters, who's another good character that would fit for Spider-Man Noir? Obviously with like the shot of the electricity going through somebody's hands, I think they're going to end up doing someone like Electro, which is fine. I love a good adaptation of the Electro. I'd love to see a great live-action adaptation of the Vulture. I feel like the Vulture is someone that could give Spider-Noir a really good run for his money. I think it could be someone compelling to see against. He's also someone that you can make as sympathetic as you want or as non-sympathetic as you want, depending on what story route you go with. Whether you go with the route that he has cancer and he's just trying to rob places to be able to afford procedures and things of that nature, or you can go the route where he literally just wants to rob. He wants to rob banks. He wants to be the greatest bank robber of all time. You can really decide how much sympathy you want your audience to have with a character like that. Vulture, Tombstone. I'd love to see a lesser known character or a character that doesn't get the spotlight too often. Obviously, if we're talking about Spider-Man, anytime we see something Spider-Man, I cross my fucking fingers and toes that we get a new Kraven. But I don't think Kraven's gonna be in this story, and I don't necessarily think he would work, so I'm not that mad about it. But if we see Kraven, obviously I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. Oh, yes. Yes. This is the audiobook, isn't it? Hold on, this is Johnny Depp. I gotta check this out. Hold on.
A relentless melancholy enveloped me, for I realized I was the only living thing walking amongst the dead. I saw that every grimy corner of the city was filled with listless, lifeless automatons. And I wondered why do they not all just kill themselves? What do you want? What a beautiful dress. Shall we play some bridge? Mother. Can't play bridge, you have no hands. To avert my mind from turning upon itself, I fashioned...
Is this a movie? Has Johnny Depp done a project yet? Like a big project? When is... Because I know he's supposed to have something big coming out here before long. Has he done anything since, the trial and all that shit? A Christmas Carol. Yes, that's what he's doing. He's doing a Christmas Carol. November 13th. Paramount, yeah. We know he's not going to be, like he said, unless they pay him something ridiculous like $500 million. We know he's not going to be working with Disney or Warner Brothers or anything anytime soon. So I can see Paramount being a place where he resides for a little bit. Penelope Cruz. Mark Webb, okay. Though distribution is unconfirmed. Damn. That's kind of sad. I hope it comes out. If it comes out, I'll check it out.
A fearsome brew. Keep your trap shut, Mom. Easy, boy. Back to business. I'm on to something. Yes, I know. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. You think I'm stupid. No. Shush. It's not enough. A little more. Of course, it's dangerous. And to my surprise, I was struck with a glorious vision. I descended down the spider's thread into the trench of hell. Contrary to the crass depictions, I found it to be a magical place, bursting forth with profound beauty. The lower I dared travel, I'm taller than this, the more lovely and sublime it became. I saw the kingdom of plants, wherein the more there was fornication, copulation, the greater the abundance, variance, and radiance. I saw the kingdom of animals. You say, out of my bloody head. Mother! Wherein the more savage and brutal the survival dance between predator and prey, the more exquisite, ingenious, and noble the creature. Then I saw the kingdom of man, each eye revealing a different London. In my left eye, I saw a city Maya in the bleak misery of perpetual, cruel stasis. In my right eye, I saw a city glowing with the eternal fire of ingenuity, bathing in the light of creation. It was then that I knew I was ready to work.
Wait, it's a comic, isn't it? It's a comic that has like an audiobook feature where Johnny plays. Yes. I think Hyde story from Robert Lewis. No, images of world of Hyde not encumbered by the ego. This is all stuff we already know about. The graphic novel will ship on Halloween of this year. Oh wow! Johnny Depp will input on all aspects of the property and create the character of Hyde. How wonderful. Johnny, we just got a glimpse into Johnny on a random Tuesday. Yeah, super excited for that project as well. I mean, it's Ridley Scott and Johnny Depp. Of course, I'm gonna check it out, and it's a comic book too. So as you know, we are not one to shy away from a good comic book neither. One of my favorite comics that I have that I've yet to read, but just I love that I have it because I'm a big fan of George Orwell. I stumbled across. Let me go grab it real quick. Actually, I stumbled across this beauty right here.
All the way down at the bottom, are you, darling? Come here, come here. There you are. There you are, yes, come here.
they came out with This Bad Cat a little while back, and I had to pick up a copy. I had to pick up a copy. Obviously, I already have the original book, but I was able to pick up a wonderful comic book adaptation of 1984. I've yet to read it, but I'm so excited. I have some other books that I need to finish beforehand. We've got Batman's I Am Gotham. I ended up reading that quite a bit this weekend, actually. I might be able to finish that this week. But this is Tom King's run on Batman. After that, I'm hoping to catch a bit more on Todd McFarlane's Spawn, but more specifically his Gunslinger Spawn. That's what we're reading after I Am Gotham. And then finally, and I'm going to be reading this before the movie comes out, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. This is the comic book that the new Supergirl movie was based on. That's my current reading list in terms of comics. But after I finish those, I'd really love to reread 1984, but the graphic novel version, especially since I'm very fortunate enough to have purchased it already. Very, very excited to crack open this one eventually. But to see a comic adaptation of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be really good. Also, I know I know Puma had to dip, but I noticed we've got a couple others in here as well. Just wanted to say hi. Hope you're having a good day. Looks like we've got 3 people in here right now. And yeah, I hope all 3 of you are having a wonderful day. A wonderful day. Alright, let's see if there's anything I want to check out as well on stream today. Fun fact. This is actually a true story. I can talk about this because I didn't get the part. But back when I was still going on like true blue auditions, before I stopped focusing on going out for acting parts in other people's movies and started focusing on creating parts that I would like to play in stories that I've written myself, I actually auditioned for the live action One Piece. I sent in a self-tape and everything. I'm not a... Callie and Clark are the One Piece fans in my family. My siblings are. But I think the guy I went in for, he was a chef. Sanji, yeah. I auditioned to play this guy right here. Obviously, I didn't get the part. Granted, I was way younger than this guy looks like he is. I want to say 21, maybe 22, maybe 20 when I auditioned for that. It's been a long time. But I auditioned for that. Never ended up checking it out just because I don't know, just never did. I might check out season 1, see how I feel about it, because I've seen like the first 30 episodes of One Piece. My brother tried to get me to watch it when we were all still living in the same house, and I made it to like, where did I make it to? I know he's told me like 4 times, but I always forget the names of them. It was like Arlon, maybe it's like Arlon Park? No, because that's the one I always think it is, and I'm always wrong. No, I know. Get the AI the fuck up out of here, dog. It might have been Arlon Park. Fucking God. Fishman Island. Fishman Island. That's where I made it to. Yes, I made it to Fishman Island before I stopped watching. I okay. Here's my opinion on it. Right. I think that One Piece is truly an inspirational amount of lore and dedication to a great story. I think overall, One Piece is an incredible story from what I've heard, but it is bits of gold sprinkled throughout a lot of just lore exposition or filler and things of that nature, and you've got to really sit down and look for those gold nuggets. Now, granted, those gold nuggets when they show up, it's fucking gold, but it feels like the equivalent of grabbing a pan and heading to the river and fucking, you know what I mean? Just because there's so much content. There's so much. It's a lot. Ah. Let me go ahead and put this bad boy out real quick. Okay, is there any other things that I need to check out today? We didn't have anything on Discord posted that I needed to check out. The Thing humbles Bullseye. I mean, that's just a bad matchup for Bullseye, bro. It don't matter if you can aim really well. you're not cracking them rocks, big dog. While I love Carl, is it Carl Urban? I think it's Carl Urban, isn't it? Yeah, Carl Urban. Yeah. While I love him, I think he was so improperly cast as Johnny Cage. I think that is it's bad casting. It's bad casting. I mean, but then again, like, the first Mortal Kombat movie, it wasn't knock your fucking socks off, like, amazing or nothing, but as a Mortal Kombat fan, it was nice to see, you know, the stuff that they had done. The first 5 minutes of the movie was perfect. The Sub-Zero and Scorpion arc was fucking gorgeous. But I mean, they had one of the true acting legends portray Scorpion. They did Scorpion so much justice. Is this the, hold on, let me check this out. Because I'm caught up on, hello? Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you doing? Because I did watch all of The Mandalorian, so I do want to check and see if the trailer for the movie's any good.
Hey.
One thing I will say, they always, with these trailers, they just throw that original score in there and they try to hit you with the nostalgia feels, but after what Disney has done to Star Wars, like, if you want to get my ass in a fucking theater seat, you're not gonna nostalgia bait me, because you've already shown that you cannot handle quality Star. If not for Jon Favreau, Star Wars would already be dead and fucking buried. So, like, anytime you see a new trailer, or anytime I see a new form of, like, Star Wars content that's coming out and they try to pull on those nostalgia strings, it just doesn't work, bro. Those strings are severed for me. You're gonna have to win me on the merit of your story.
Hey, never touch the buttons.
They got the Razor Crest back, okay.
I can use some information.
Whoa. For this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Gangsters. War criminals.
Long live the Empire.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
You will suffer. And then it will be his turn.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Are you scared? You should be.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
Hold on. Is that's bro from Star Wars Rebels, isn't it?
Do we run?
Yep. Yep. He always reminded me of Beast from X-Men. I really enjoy
Or
that
do we
character.
fight?
I like this kid.
What are you waiting for? Let's save the rest for after dinner.
I don't know. It feels like it's the equivalent of, you know, when an ex comes to you and is like, I've changed, I've grown, I've seen the error of my ways, I'm trying to be better. It's like, dog, I want to believe you, but if I spend the money and put my little happy ass in the seat again just for you to fuck me over with a shitty movie again, I'm gonna be so fucking upset. I'll probably end up seeing it, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not getting my hopes up at all. Final season. I've only seen the first season of The Boys. Is there anything? That was scary. Oh yeah, that's that Star Wars game that came out a while back. I think that's all I'm missing. Don't know if there's anything else new, but I really want to check it out. On the one hand, I'm really glad that Mark Hamill is just such a wonderful guy, and that he understood the character so thoroughly of, like, Batman and Joker are a relationship. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Mark Hamill ever said yes to a Joker performance that, why the fuck am I blanking on the GOAT right now? Kevin Conroy. I about did a disservice to the GOAT there. I'm so sorry, Batman. I'm so sorry, Batman. I almost disrespected the GOAT. But I don't think he's ever done a performance without Kevin Conroy. Now that Kevin Conroy has unfortunately passed away, on the one hand, I'm sad that I'm never going to get to see one of my favorite actors portray one of my favorite characters again. But it's so heartwarming and so fitting that he retires from, like, his Batman is gone. Who is Joker without his Batman? So it's a bittersweet feeling, but it just shows not only how good a guy that Mark Hamill is, but how well he understood the character. The reverence and respect that he always brought to that character was, I mean,
You know, that it just creeps people.
Batman Arkham City is essentially a character-driven experience. So the most important thing is to have the right voices for those characters. Working with Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy is fantastic.
And you can tell that they were in the booth together. You can feel them working off each other in the game. It's like I said, the level of respect that both of them brought to these wonderful characters will never not go unnoticed by me.
Fantastic for us. Like most people, you know, when you read the comics, these are the voices you hear of Batman and Joker. So, yeah, it's very hard to imagine the game without them.
Batman isn't just this steely-eyed guy sitting on the rooftop, dropping down, making the odd, you know, quip and then punching people. You know, he's going through hell.
You're not safe here. No one is.
Kevin would come in and go, no, I don't think Batman would quite say it like this, or no, this is how I want to say this line. And we're like, okay, cool, awesome, let's go for it.
Don't worry about me. You're needed out there.
I've been doing the character now for 20 years. The audience knows him as well as I do. They would know in a second if I did something inauthentic, and they'd call me on it.
Get out of my way, Quinn.
Leave us alone, B-Man!
I said move!
Batman immediately not trusting that shit.
Mark become the Joker when he's actually in the recording booth and doing these voices. He actually physically kind of twists himself and manifests himself into Joker.
Mark sometimes think he actually is Joker, so he just turns up and he just nails it. In fact, we rewrote all the dialogue to really fit into where he was taking Joker.
Surprise! You fell for the old sick Joker guy, Batman.
There's something about scary clowns, you know, that it just creeps people out.
But you of all people should know
There's plenty wrong with me.
His purpose in Batman's orderly world is just...
Take my blood, for example. I wish somebody would. This stuff is killing me!
Just to mess him up big time.
Take my blood, for example. I wish somebody would. This stuff is killing me.
Why should I care?
Because now there's a teeny little bit of me in you too. Bats.
He gets great joy out of just the most sadistic, oddball things.
Imagine sucking down that last breath knowing that
Gotham is doing the same.
What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't I say?
I've spent weeks shipping samples of my blood to emergency rooms all over the city.
Because of the complicated character, Bruce Wayne and the Joker, there's a sort of a mutual respect there, even though he knows he's insane and he knows he has to be controlled. He would never want to kill him. Whereas the Joker is constantly trying to kill Batman.
This is one thing that I know Kevin Conroy didn't quite get right. Joker does not want to kill Batman. If Joker ever actually succeeded, and we've seen this in the comics and in runs and in a couple of live action performances as well. Heath Ledger said it best. Batman completes Joker. He acts like he wants to kill Batman, but he really just wants to fuck with him, and he does a damn good job.
Hold tight.
Stana, she came having prepared absolutely everything about Talia.
She was a huge fan, as it turns out. You know, read all the books, read all the comics, and just really understood it right from the get-go.
It's different voicing a character versus actually acting or performing a character on screen. The only tool that you have to access is your voice.
How did you find us?
I recognized your personal guard. It was just a matter of following her.
Please, mistress, he tricked me.
Leave! I will deal with you later. I think Talia is really interesting because she skirts the line between good and bad, and you're not sure if she's completely alone.
Don't get me wrong, the character's great, she does a great job, but she doesn't truly skirt the line. Not as well as Catwoman. Catwoman can, she tiptoes on that line with elegance and grace. You would think it's a string under her heels. She's wearing 6 inches stilettos, and she's still walking with confidence on it.
Mind with the bad guys or the good guys.
You didn't need to get yourself arrested to see me, Bruce. After that night we spent in Metropolis, you could have just called.
She has this dichotomy in that she's sexy and she's vulnerable, and there are some things that can pull at her heartstrings that she will fight for that suggest that she's more than just like a cold assassin. She's got something that she's willing to risk her life for.
You lied to me. I thought you loved me, Bruce.
Authentic voice acting and having this direct link into Hollywood and working with all these great actors, for us, it is the real difference between making a good game and a great game.
This reminds me, there is one thing that I've always, so there's a soundtrack to Batman Arkham City. I don't know if y'all know this, and there's one song on the soundtrack that I absolutely adore. I think it's so wonderful, and it's not on Apple Music. I don't think it's on Spotify. The only place I know to find it is on YouTube anymore. Yeah. This song right here is so wonderful for this video game. I think it encapsulates it so well. Just a dime store poet, kicking face off in his face blue. $2 store tramps to get a glance, a new chance at you. Walk past the dance floor, it's always been a dear friend of mine. Porcupines dancing in 4/4 time. So he replies, and how do you manage? I dodge a blast and apologize for collateral damage. In love, I've always been a mercenary, but I never leave my post when the cash runs out. I wanna make you quiver, make your backbone shiver, take the stage and deliver. Hey, mister, the barman says I can only recall it's been some time, I said. So he replies, and how do you manage? I dodge bus and apologize for collateral damage. And then for the bridge, that rather than doing some crazy bridge, they just put Hugo Strange in that bitch. And it's so perfect.
How does it feel to stand on the very stones that ran with your parents' blood? Do you feel sad, full of rage? Or does that outfit help bury your feelings, hiding your true self? You are a truly extraordinary specimen. I look forward to breaking you.
I dodge a blast and apologize for collateral damage. Hey, mister, the bellman says I can only recall last night's hotel I said. So he replies, and how do you manage? I dodge a blast and apologize for collateral damage. Hey, mister, the bellman says
I can only recall it's been some time I said. Then how do you manage? Collateral damage. Again, so sad that that song's not available on anything. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. But, that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and end the desktop stream there for today. I think we're going to go ahead and call a quits-a-rooney right there. Oh, I'm on Twitch. I need to go to stream. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut it off there. As always, thank y'all so much for coming. Thank y'all so much for playing a little ball with us, hanging out, kicking it with your feet up and your feet back, and you maxing and relaxing with us. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you. Golly, this shit is thick. Yeah, again, I hope to see you guys tonight for the Hollow Knight late night gaming stream. But if not, take care, stay safe, know that you are important, and have a great day.